Hey everybody, it's Patrick. It is Tuesday afternoon, which means that it's time for another hair update. I don't have a lot of time today because I am on vacation, and I know that doesn't make any sense. Usually when you're on vacation you have a ton of time, but I am about ready to pack and leave for New York City for the opening of my play, which is called Parthenogenesis. It's opening at the Fringe Festival, the New York International Fringe Festival. It opens on Saturday. I am so excited. We have almost a sold out crowd for Saturday night, and then the rest of the run, hopefully the crowd on Saturday night will tell people to come see the show, and we'll have a really good run of the play. So I'm going to be running around New York for the next week and a half. But I just finished work. I just put my out of office message on there. I just said goodbye to my intern as she goes back to school at the end of this week. And she said that I was a very good boss, so I'm very happy about that. So today I thought I would do a really quick thing that I have just learned about a couple weeks ago. And one of the things that I've been having a little bit of trouble with is keeping up with the split ends in my hair. Because I haven't cut my hair for almost 2 years now, it'll be 2 years in December, probably a little bit sooner than that because I don't remember when I had my last haircut. I know it was in 2013. I'm going with January 1st of 2014 as my official start date of growing hair, but I had already not had a haircut or missed a haircut before that. Anyway, because I haven't been cutting my hair, I have been getting a lot of split ends, and I've been trying to keep up with that using various methods. One of them is called the search and destroy method, which can work really well. Basically, what you do is you go kind of strand by strand. What you do is you take your hair and you take a look, and if you see an end, I don't know if you can even see with my iPhone camera, there's no light at all today. It's been really, really cloudy around here, around Boston. But when you find an end, let's just go all the way to the end of the hair. And if you see a split, you just take it off just above the split. It works, but it's very time consuming. And it also relies on something which I never have had. Well, two things which I have never had. One is patience. It can take you a whole night to do the search and destroy method on your hair. Because especially someone with as much hair as I've got, holy crap, it takes a long time. Secondly, it requires good eyesight, which I've never had. I've never had good eyesight my entire life. You know, in order to do this, I have to, it's a cruel, cruel joke, I have to tell you, because I've been nearsighted my entire life. And as I've been getting older, since I passed 40, and especially since I passed 45, I am now getting farsighted as well. And you would think they would even up, and they don't. So I'm going to need progressive soon, which is a nice way of saying I need bifocals because old people like me are very vain. So anyway, I did discover a new way of looking for split ends that aren't at the very end of your hair. It's easier to find them at the end of your hair. If you pull very very loosely and then just sort of pull it at the end here, you can see it is kind of a disaster. I do try to keep up with it. You can just grab the very ends of your hair there. That's an easy one to get, but when they're along the whole shaft of your hair, because your hair breaks a lot, and especially if it's a split end, it's going to break somewhere up here, and you don't want to just cut it right there because you'd lose all your length. You can do this other trick. Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you right now is that you should have a pair of hair cutting shears. Don't use paper cutters cutting, or if you use it for fabric, or if you use it for kitchen. Those scissors you're not going to want to use on your hair. Hair cutting scissors are very sharp, and also if they have any dullness of the blade, you're just going to hurt your hair even more. So I said I was going to do this quick, and it's already about 4.5 minutes. So what you basically do is you're going to want to make sure that your hair is as smooth as you can get it. I'm going to wash this directly after here, so it is a little bit oily. When I say a little bit oily, it's kind of a disaster today, but as you can tell, it's just really down in my head. And then you're going to section off your hair into fairly small sections. I've seen various things that show you different how much sections you need, and this also depends on how many layers you have in your hair. I have very definite layers from the front to the back, and you take this and make it as smooth as you can. And then what you do is you start twisting. It doesn't matter which direction you twist it in, just make sure that you twist it very tightly. And again, I'm kind of doing this not exactly correctly, but let's pull that down. All right, so as you twist that, what you're going to see, and I don't know if you can see it very well again in the camera, but oh yeah, you can. Actually, it's better if I don't put my hand in front of it. See right here and right here, it's starting to get really raggedy looking along the edge. A lot of that is split ends. And what you can do is when you see these split ends, make sure first of all that they are split ends and not just broken hairs. Especially for older people with gray hair. Gray hair, for me, curls where the rest of my hair doesn't curl, so it's shorter, so it may get caught out there. So I don't want to just keep cutting away my gray hair, because then my gray hair will be significantly shorter than the rest of it. I get cross-eyed when I do this. But what you do is just give a little trim to the ends that are there. And that, as you do that around the remainder of your hair, you take a little bit more. I've already done this section before I even started this. Again, I can twist this part right here. And I have to do this in a mirror as you get around your head. Again, you can section it off with clips. It might work a little bit better. It's probably a little bit better. I don't have the patience to deal with clips and pins and all that kind of stuff, but as I'm smoothing it down, this is not too bad, but I can see in the mirror, which is right behind my camera, my phone here, my camera phone here. I can then just go in and get those little tiny ends right there, so that's not too bad. And then at the very end, you can just take a look at the far end, and I'm always destroying these little ends on the bottom as well. So that is my quick tip, 7.5 minutes. That is my quick tip for today about hair, is that you can use that to seek out split ends on your hair. The one thing that I will tell you about is that I have gotten a number of warnings from the various places that I saw this on, is that if you are very interested in keeping the ends of your hair from really kind of drifting off into little tendrils, some people call that fairy tale hair because it kind of whispers off. Oops, someone's at the door. You can just get it trimmed. So I will talk to you again next time. Have a great week.